Hi everyone, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to Sarah's Bites. Today I'm showing you how I make this potato leek soup that is one of my favorite soups to eat, especially during the winter time. It's super hearty and comforting and very easy to make, so let's get started. We'll begin by prepping our leeks. You're going to need about 5 to 6 medium-sized leeks. There isn't an exact recipe or weight for this. I would say just grab about 5 to 6 pieces and you're good to go. And then we're going to cut off the dark green leafy part. So that part you definitely can use in your potato leek soup recipe, but the dark green part is going to take a lot longer to become softer as you're cooking it. So you can either trash that part, or what I like to do is make a stock out of it so you can save those pieces as well. And then you're also going to cut off the roots, trash those, and then one way that you can clean these is by cutting the leek lengthwise and then peeling each layer off like this and running water through those layers. That's one way. I think an easier way to do it is go ahead and prep all your leeks first, slice them up in little spirals or circles, and then once you have everything cut up, we're gonna grab a bowl of cold water and then we'll start to wash them. So you can use whatever method that you prefer. And this step is really important because they not only have a lot of dirt in between the layers, but also a ton of sand. So you don't want any sand in your soup. So you're just sort of gonna work the leeks in the bowl of water, and then you can either use a mesh strainer or a spider or whatever just to grab the leeks out of the bowl. I like to use my hands and then put them in a strainer, and you're just gonna sort of clean them that way. And I like to do this 3 times, and you'll see at the bottom of the bowl how much dirt is left. So until you see clear water, I say keep doing that. Once your leeks are clean, we're gonna prep our potatoes. So I have 4 Yukon Gold potatoes here. You can't go with any potato that you like. Red, I think, changes the texture of the soup a little bit, so maybe stay away from red potatoes, but Yukon Gold and russet both work fine here. Then you're just gonna peel them and cut them up in little cubes, put them in a little bit of water while we prepare everything else. And we'll also need to peel and slice 3 garlic cloves. They don't have to be minced because we will puree everything at the end anyway. So slice those up real quick and put them aside, and then go ahead and grab your pot and start melting 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter in there. We'll add in our leeks, and we're gonna cook this with the butter for about 20 minutes until the leeks are really tender. And just for the sake of recording, I used one of those crappy electric burners where the wattage isn't really high, so my heat was on about medium high. But when you're making this at home on your regular stove, I would say keep it on low to medium heat. You don't want the onions to burn. And then midway through or so, you're also going to season everything with about 1 teaspoon of salt. Continue stirring, and after 20 minutes or so, add in your garlic and then stir for another 30 seconds to a minute, just until that garlic is really fragrant. Now we'll also add in our potatoes that we cut up earlier, as well as a 1/4 teaspoon of black or white pepper. White pepper is a little pricey and hard to find, so if you have black pepper on hand, just go for it. A 1/4 teaspoon of ground thyme, and then 1 bay leaf as well. And then we're gonna add in our chicken broth. So you can also use vegetable broth. I have made this with beef broth. I don't recommend that. You can use plain water too. It won't have as much flavor. So I just went ahead and used 48 ounces of low sodium chicken broth. We'll once again let everything cook together for another 20 to 30 minutes, or until you poke your potatoes and they are soft, and be sure to take that bay leaf out as well. And we'll then add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream as well as 2 tablespoons of sour cream and mix everything together again. After another minute or so, I do like to do a quick taste test to see if I need any more salt, so that is up to you if you'd like to add a little bit more in there. Now that our soup is fully cooked, we're going to turn the heat off and use our immersion blender to puree everything. So if you don't have one of these, another way to puree your soup is by throwing it in the blender, but please wait until your soup is completely cooled off. You do not want to put hot liquids in your blender, because I have made that mistake years ago and it hurts. So definitely make sure it's cooled off, or just get yourself an immersion blender, because you can use it for so many different things, not just soups. It's so worth it. And I'll link This one that I have below, it's a cool set, and it's actually not even too expensive on Amazon. Anyway, whatever method that you prefer, so just make sure you puree the soup, and then you could serve it with some chives on top. I also like to put some croutons on mine. And you can keep your soup in the fridge for 4 to 5 days, and you can also freeze this. It is a great leftover option if you want to freeze it for lunch or something. So I really hope you guys love this recipe. Please give it a thumbs up below if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified next time I post a recipe. I'll see you guys next week with another recipe video. Bye.